the second half of the book, Lakota Women, my question is, how is the Lakota religion a form of resistance to Western conformity? I think that the Lakota's religion, especially during the era that this book takes place in, is a major way they were able to refuse to conform to Western society. In the second half of the book, I felt that a major theme was religious freedom, and there were several times in the book that I saw this, like when Crow Dog was in prison and he was not allowed to have any of his ceremonial tools, while other inmates of other religions, they all had access to their own religious tools, like they had pastors and um, books and all that, but he wasn't allowed anything. And then even when his lawyers were able to get him his ceremonial tools, the actual prison refused to give it to him, saying that it was like a drug or something, even though it was a ceremonial tool, which is still just messed up. Another example, which is really obvious, was the ghost dance and the sun dance as well. For over, around 100 years, the ghost dance was outlawed, even through, even though America is free for religion, and then B, Native Americans still technically abided by their own laws, but yet it was outlawed. And then during the sun dance in the book, after Crow Dog's release, everyone is arrested for performing the dance, even though this takes place in the 70s, which is just really crazy to me that they were arrested for this. And it just goes to show how much America hated and targeted specifically Native Americans, especially during their religion, or especially for their religion. I also think that preserving their religion was a way to refuse to conform to white society, because it gave them a sense of pride for their culture and rooted them further in their heritage. Without people like the medicine men like Crow Dog, the Lakotas would have forgotten their culture, and I think would have become more susceptible to conforming to society like other tribes had, which had forgotten their culture and wasn't doing all the religious ceremonies that the Lakotas were doing. Um, let's see, the Lakotas were able to practice their religion even if in secret, and I think it allowed them to be who they are and live like the old Indians, like they said in the book, because their religion was strongly tied to their heritage. I think that's why people like Crow Dog was targeted ridiculously profusely, because he was able to give pride and strength back to his tribe, and that was exactly the opposite of what the government was trying to do. I think they were trying to break the Native American spirit so that the government could continue to oppress them. So by sticking closely to their ancestors' religion, Lakotas were able to stay strong while the government tried very hard to break them. And that's my answer.